YouTube is not a good career choice. And I'm going to talk about why, as somebody with over 100,000 subscribers and millions of views. And I also have millions of views in long form content and short form content. Predominantly short form now, but of course, the 70 million views that I also have millions of views in long form, full screen videos. So let's talk about why YouTube is not a good career choice, and also why YouTube also agree with me, but with a different perspective on why YouTube is not a good main career choice. So let's talk about it. So the big, large content creators get a lot of money in terms of ad revenue. So ad revenue is what you get a portion of when an advertisement is on your videos. And of course, with more advertisements being shown and people watching through those adverts that are on your videos, you get a reward for that view on that advert. That is what you get paid when you are a monetized creator inside of the YouTube Partner Program. That's the main source of revenue. You get this paid through Google AdSense. Now, Google AdSense, there is also another version of this, not for YouTube, and for the same sort of thing, the same formula, but for advertising elsewhere, externally off YouTube. And it would usually be your own website or blog or something like that. For example, if you built your own Wix website, you can connect Google advertisements to it and you can get paid in that way. But we're talking about YouTube in this video. And now let's explain why it's not a good career choice. And myself on the inside of the YouTube Partner Program now, and I have over 100,000 subscribers, and of course I have millions of views like explained at the beginning of the video in long and short form content. I have a lot of data that I can have a look at on the inside. I can have a look at how videos are performing, what niches they're in, what type of adverts, well, sort of what type of adverts from what I can see from when I'm viewing my own videos to see what adverts are being playing on it. Depending on which type of adverts, of course, you're going to get a different ad revenue. Maybe. That's not 100% confirmed. But of course, if you've got a very high paying advertiser that is advertising on your video, then this is where your portion of the ad revenue money could be larger. And that's of course why you select a specific niche if you're aiming to earn money right here on the platform. All of this is up in the air though, and the knowledge on it is sort of not in the creator's hands. So what is in our hands? The data we receive and the amount of money we receive for our efforts on what we do, we can see. That's what we can see as creators. YouTube themselves say that it's not a good idea to rely on the ad revenue money you receive on YouTube as your main source of income. Not even sure if they use that language as main source of income, but they said it's unreliable. That comes from YouTube themselves. They say that the ad revenue money that you get from them can be unreliable, so they do not advise that you use this money as something to rely on. But of course, you can try to work the system. You can try and do what you can do in order to make sure you have a guaranteed income from YouTube. Guaranteed in quotation marks. It's not 100% guaranteed. Now, you can put all of your efforts into YouTube with your content creation to try and get the best ad revenue income possible. You could do whatever it is, but there are some huge drawbacks when you choose to do this. One, if you use a third-party extension and you go into the back end of your YouTube and compare it to other different channels, right now, a lot of that information is also missing because, of course, there's only a certain amount of data that a external tool can use to gather how much that content creator is earning. So some content creators, they literally show you how much they're earning for a specific video. Again, this is all up in the air. People game the system and they fake their numbers as well. There are real numbers that you can find and you can gauge roughly, if you're getting millions of views in a specific niche, how much you should be getting paid. You can work those calculations out. You can sit there and you can be the mathematician and you can work out, well, if 10 million people have viewed this video and it's a long form and they viewed it for this long, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. That means that you have 4 adverts between 1 and 8 minutes or whatever, and you can work out per cost per milli, RPM, how much you should be getting paid. You can sit there and you can work all this out yourself. That's a way that you can find out how you can best sustain your channel if you are choosing to use your ad revenue money as a source of income that you rely on in some way, shape, or form. This could be to pay your editors. I don't have any editors. This could be to pay your team members. I don't have any team members. This could be to pay your voiceover artists. I don't have any voiceover artists. This could be to pay for your AI that you're using to create your content. I don't have any subscriptions in any AI, and I'm not using any AI to create my content. This could be to sustain maybe your food or shopping money or your necessities, your bottom line that you need to survive. Yes, this is most likely what you will have to do if you're putting a lot of time and effort into your YouTube channel and your content creation, because you won't have enough time to do much of anything else. So that means that you would need to find a third leg in order to prop your channel up so you can continue to do what you do. Patreon was built on this premise. So Patreon was a platform that was built, and you can watch the TED Talk right now on YouTube where he's talking about his reasons behind supporting artists that want to continue to do what they love and, of course, sustain what they do. Patreon is one of those places where content creators could also go to, and now can go to right now at this very moment in time, to support their channel with help from the people who are watching your videos. Now, here's the problem here. The people that are watching your videos might not have the same income expenditure that you have. They might have more money or they might have less. Now, as your career prospects on YouTube, if you're putting a lot of time and effort into it, then I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, everybody else is going to have more money than you. From what I can see from YouTube and the inside, from what I can see from my data, no matter what the heck you do, you're going to be earning less money than everybody else. You are going to be on the lower end of any career that you can do. So if it's your last resort, like for me and many others it is, like YouTube or content creation is your last resort. There's no other career that you can really go into, especially when you're in the media industry. If you can't go and work for a broadcaster, then what you're going to do, what's going to end up happening is you're going to go to a place like this. You're going to try to freelance, and you're going to try to do other things in order to try and sustain the fluctuating money that you have on YouTube. YouTube's money fluctuates. YouTube has said this themselves. I'm not saying anything that they haven't already said. So it's not a good career to choose. What also gets very frustrating is your energy levels. So if you have, like me, a very high energy level, but your energy can fluctuate depending on different external reasons. For example, food intake, sugar intake, caffeine intake, how much sleep you get in, how much content creation you're having to do, different things you're having to try to experiment, all of this one-man solo creator things that you're having to do, then of course your energy can go way down, you can go way up. Now, my content a lot of the time captures a lot of my high energy. So a lot of the time I still seem like I'm very high energy. That is not the case. Behind the scenes, I do get tired, I do get exhausted, and I do lose a lot of my energy when I'm trying to do what I'm doing. Maybe I'm struggling in a game that I normally upload for you. For example, I just played a few games of Fortnite, and at the end of it, I started to die. And I was just like, I've played it for so many hours now. I've wasted a lot of hours on it. I'm going to have to try something else. So that's normally what happens, and your energy drops and shifts. So yeah, this is my energy after trying to do that and then having to try to go into something else. In the gaming industry, when you're creating gaming content, this can be very frustrating. Now, people do on the other side feel that it's very easy for a creator to sit down and go into the gaming industry and just create some gaming content. Now people are starting to realize it's not as easy as it looks. Like people that I know of are trying it and now they're like, oh, this isn't that easy. You know, SEO is another element of content creation, which is technically taking up your time, your hours, your efforts, your energy in order to figure out how this black box YouTube SEO game works. There is a way that you can kind of get around it, but it's not easy. I've discovered many different ways over the years of how to kind of get around the black box of YouTube, which nobody knows how it works. It doesn't matter what kind of thumbnail, if you've probably noticed yourself, people have made like the best thumbnails ever, you've done the best titles ever, but somehow maybe the competition or something is not performing. I implore you, if you want to do YouTube, experiment with it as much as possible. But remember the title of this video: YouTube is not the best career to have. Now, the title might change because, of course, I'm going to have to do my SEO and find out what the best way to put that title is. But I'm going to make this video and you know the title of the video. So that's my point on this video, just sharing this knowledge to you, because it's not for everybody from what I can see and have experienced on this platform. Is it going to get better in 2025? We are in the beginning of the year right now. So if it goes back to how it was just after 2020 going into 2021, that type of revenue, if that revenue in advertisement goes back up on YouTube, great, brilliant, top notch. We can begin to build again. We can begin to be in a good position, and my tone will change. I will not be saying that YouTube is not a good career. I'll be saying YouTube is an okay career. That's what I'll be saying. Not great, but I would say it was okay at that point. And of course, a lot of content creators are going elsewhere. I would say the creator economy right now is very fractured. It's all over the place. People aren't choosing YouTube as their home for their content creation. People are going to Twitch. People are going to TikTok. People are going to other platforms. Some that I won't mention right now, because I wouldn't say YouTube want me to mention those platforms, of course. So yeah, that's my video right now. If you've enjoyed it, of my honest take, then hit me up in the comment section. Let's talk about this. I decided to do more community posts as well to communicate with you on how things are, how I've changed a few things on the back end of my YouTube channel. So I'm letting you know the inside of that as well. I don't know what's happened to my throat. I need to have a tea. Better. On screen right now, you should see some additional content that is relevant to you. I have tried some blogging content. Blogging content doesn't seem to have a really good ad revenue, depending on what I'm talking about as well, which is really, I'm like, is that a thing? So inside the video, the topic and what you're talking about also changes. Who knows? Black box of YouTube. On screen right now, you should see that content. It's best for you. Thank you for watching this video, an honest video from me, content creator Anthony Allen, with over 100,000 subscribers and growing and wanting to do more. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one, man. Observe.